Уважаемые дамы и господа,
Ladies and gentlemen, friends,
уважаемый господин президент Бах,
esteemed President Bach, I am sincerely glad to welcome you to Sochi, hosting the 22nd Winter Olympic Games. Just 3 days is left before the Olympic flame is going to be lit at the Fish Stadium. It is going to be the launch of a grand sport festivity of the world level. Russia has been preparing for it responsibly, thoroughly, and with a great devotion to sport. It has been waiting for it with joy and great expectations. We do remember well the emotional and spiritual surge we experienced during the Moscow Olympic Games of 1980, and we are experiencing the best feelings because the great inspiring spirit of the Olympic Games is getting back to us. We are grateful to the International Olympic Committee for giving us the opportunity to host the White Olympic Games. We do understand it was not an easy decision to make, to grant the right to host the Games to the city, which back then had just 10 to 15% of the infrastructure required, but you put faith in our potential, you placed your faith in the Russian character, which doesn't flinch from difficulties. Contrary-wise, it is the difficulties that pull us together. Russia is a multi-ethnic, a large country. It is a great family. More than 160 ethnic groups and nationalities live in Russia. It is even hard to count that. And those difficulties give a strong impetus to the whole of Russian people to find solutions to those difficulties. It proves that Russia is capable of finding solutions to the most difficult of tasks and to successfully achieve the ambitious goals. Just an example, within 5 years, we constructed the urban infrastructure and the facilities which usually would have taken decades to complete. Today, each and every one of you can see for themselves the transformation the city of Sochi has experienced over the past years and see for themselves that Russia is willing to make a contribution to the development of world sport. When preparing for the Sochi Olympic Games, we've accumulated considerable expertise and knowledge, which we are happy to share with all of our colleagues and friends, members of the extended Olympic family, including in the educational field, and promoting the Olympic project itself, as well as sport on the whole, and the values of a healthy lifestyle. Just an example, the largest media coverage program, the largest one in the history of staging and organizing the Olympic Games, a great number of vivid cultural events which brought together millions of Russians. And of course, the unique relay of the Olympic flame, whose duration and diversity have reflected the beauty and the singularity of Russia, which is the largest country in the world. Apart from that, I'm convinced that those who will host major sports forum and other Olympic Games in future will be interested in our expertise and experience and providing accommodation for the Olympians and the map of the Sochi Olympic Games we proposed. This Sochi Olympic Games are also going to introduce new kinds of competition, including freestyle and snowboarding, which are especially popular among the youth. The Paralympic Games are going to open a little bit later. But right now, I'd like to tell you that it is no less important a task for us to stage those games at the highest level. And many Russian media have expressed their willingness and readiness to cover extendedly and in great detail the competitions of the courageous Paralympians. We do hope that this step is not just going to increase the audience of the Games, it is going to serve as an inspiration for thousands of young people to go into sports. Indeed, it is this very goal that we are pursuing when organizing the Olympic Games. I refer in particular to the legacy which this Olympic Games are going to have. This legacy is manifest not just in reinforcing the value of healthy lifestyle, mutual respect, fair play, and equality in society's consciousness. It is also manifest in tangible things. After the Olympic Games, the Olympic facilities and the infrastructure are going to serve as a foundation for the first international winter sports center in Russia. It is going to serve as a training ground for Russia's national teams. We will be glad to welcome our foreign colleagues there as well, not just Russian athletes. It is also going to serve as a breeding ground for new generations of athletes, because a number of facilities will be used as a basis for a national child sport and education center. And the world practice transferring Olympic facilities to child sport is so far a rare phenomenon, yet it is in full compliance with the spirit and the substance of the very idea that is behind the Olympic and the Paralympic legacy. As a matter of fact, this legacy belongs to future generations. We also have high expectations about the Russian International Olympic University, which has opened in Sochi with the support of the IOC. This university is going to train sports managers from all across the world. We also have high expectations with regard to the active development of the volunteer movement in Russia. Certainly, I should say a couple of words about Sochi itself. To a great extent, thanks to the Olympic project, this jewel of the Black Coast of Russia is going to be able to fully implement its cultural and tourist potential, attracting guests not just because of its unique nature, but also thanks to a great number of opportunities its hotel industry is offering through promoting outdoors activities, environmental and educational tourism, many kinds of those. I'd like to underscore that over the years the Olympic project was being implemented. We've managed to do a great deal of work in all directions. On July the 4th, 2007, you, members of the IOC, gave your support to the Olympic dream of dozens of millions of Russians. And for us, it became a point of honor to organize and stage the Winter Olympic Games in Sochi at the highest level possible. I'm convinced that thanks to this immense and colossal constructive work, wherein every one of us invested a part of themselves, is going to be remembered by all the guests and participants of the Olympic Games. We do hope that they will learn better, get a better feel of today's Russia. They will understand our dedication to our national traditions and our dedication to the Olympic Charter. We should move forward only and be open to the world. Certainly, they will appreciate our hospitality, with which we always greet our genuine, true friends. I do believe you'll enjoy this hospitality. We welcome and thank everyone who provided their assistance to us in the run-up to the Olympic Games in Sochi. I'd like to express my gratitude to you, President Bach. I'd like to thank Mr. Roger, Mr. Kelly, all the members and staff of the IOC for providing our active support in implementing the Olympic project and helping the Olympic dream of Russia come true. Let me sincerely wish you every success in your work.
Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, let me declare the 126th session of the International Olympic Committee open. Thank you.